I'm ready to go Bing Pop mode when you are.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Dr. Bones Lucker podcast. I'm your host, Grafton.
I'm your host, Axon, and we're in Massachusetts.
This podcast we take 5 minutes to review the video about Pirate's life.
Today we have a singular panel, I believe, and it says it's got a cat, and it's Dexter. He's talking to Mr. Pine. He says, "I saw that Chef DeLuigi's cat scratched you earlier."
I saw that Chef DeLuigi's cat scratched you earlier.
I said that.
I know. Yeah.
Why aren't you saying?
It still really hurts. As scratches go, this one is really the cat's meow.
All right. So can we get a Peter explains the joke from Jason Ball 34, please? All right, Ben, you want to explain the joke in his absence?
The cat's meow is a way that you can describe something that's really good if you're stupid.
And old.
Yeah. And from the 1970s.
Okay.
So yeah, Mr. Pine gets scratched by the cat. And he describes it as the cat's meow, which I think just implies a deep level of masochism.
No, he says it's the cat's meow. There's space there.
Yeah, he's saying it's the cat's meow. But it's the cat's me. Him.
Ow.
Ow, it hurts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's some subtext there.
There's some subtext. There's also some text.
And there's also some drawings.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to my role on the podcast of being the guy who doesn't like the comic. Because what the fuck is this?
It's a comic.
And I want to clarify to all our listeners, specifically the one who makes the comic. I love this comic with all my heart. However, this joke doesn't make any sense at all. Like, no level of this joke makes sense. Like, what you were saying about Mr. Pine being a masochist, like, that's the only way. There's no other hint to that in this comic. So that's the only way this can be a pun at all. But
yeah,
there's that's not present. And also the cat's meow doesn't I'm not even certain whether or not cat's meow is he trying to say the cat's is me referring to him, or is he just making the cat's meow has the word ow in it pun? I can't tell.
I think we got to take this to another meta level, and that this is just Mr. Pine being stupid.
You think Mr. Pine's an idiot?
Yeah.
But Dexter's already an idiot.
There could be more than one idiot on the same comic.
That's true. That's true. We don't really have what's Mr. Pine's identity? We've been talking about Dexter being in a rut, but Mr. Pine has dated a woman, and that's kind of it.
I honestly think you could switch Dexter and Mr. Pine in this comic, and nothing would happen.
Nobody would notice. Yeah. Alternatively, you could fix that by having a storyline where Dexter slowly turns into Thragster.
Oh yeah.
And then that would fix your problem. You would no longer be able to be I think that's why people get Mr. Pine and Dexter confused so much, is because
there's no discernible differences.
Conceptually they're the same. Except for Mr. Pine is a little meaner and Dexter is a little dumber. Right?
Is Mr. Spine supposed to be the hero figure?
Spleen? In this comic?
No, it's in A Pirate's Life.
See, that kind of it's kind of like the telling Sherlock Holmes stories from Watson's point of view, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I like Mr. Pine any more than any of the other ones. I like the Captain the most, I think, or Dexter.
I
think Dexter's the main character.
Dexter's the funny man.
Sorry, yeah. Dexter. I think that if I were to say who's the only reason that I can think of Mr. Pine being the main character of A Pirate's Life is because the main character has to be the one with no defining, interesting characteristics.
10 seconds. I'm going to give this comic a 3.
I'm going to give this comic a 2.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.